The playoff race is taking shape. I'm Scott Hansen. You're tuned in to the EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 11. Lots to get to. We'll start in Philadelphia. The Eagles at home to take on the Detroit Lions. And it's the Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts. He gets this one complete, 6-yard touchdown pass. The Eagles go on to take it. They win by 13. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars as they play host to the LA Chargers. And this is Justin Herbert. He's going to look deep and find his receiver. 30-yard touchdown. Got one more to show you. Let's go to Denver. It's the Broncos hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is Hollywood Brown. They put a lot of trust in him, and it's well placed. This, one of 3 touchdowns for him in the game. The Chiefs are getting hot. It's a 3rd straight win, and they take this one in style. And that's a wrap for this week. For all the hardworking men and women in the studio, Scott Hansen saying goodnight. We'll see you again next week right here on EA Sports.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys have really hit their stride, winners in 7 of their last 9. On the Cowboys side, head coach Brian Schottenheimer. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
At the 27-yard line.
They run it again with Williams. And how about this start defensively? They're going to get it behind the line a 2nd time. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stop for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Hurts. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Donovan Ezeraku in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Third and 11.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jahad Campbell. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And that CD, another sack for the young rookie linebacker. Well, getting after the quarterback certainly has not been much of a problem here in his rookie season.
It certainly hasn't, Brandon, and the instincts that have made him a great tackler, I think coupled along with some film study and some great anticipation.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So the Eagle offense coming on here as he'll try for 2 points. Hurts will throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. To throw is Prescott. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. And it's 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so, they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cowboys have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Prescott now. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is up to 8. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. And plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up second down at the 36-yard line.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. 3rd and 5. The middle with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
First down, Eagles.
The Eagles hit 7-3 now on the year, and they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Running left, it's Barkley. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 27, Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He will have the conversion and more than that. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Tolbert. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jahad Campbell. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. The season is going by at lightning pace. Week 12 has arrived. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving. Let's get into it. Our journey through the NFL starts now, and it begins at Arrowhead. The Chiefs at home to take on Indianapolis. And this is Hollywood Brown. He'll take it 65 yards to the end zone. The Chiefs come away with a 10-point victory, 24-14 the final score. Next up, Lambeau Field. Let's look in on the Packers as they play host to the Minnesota Vikings. And this is Jordan Love. He had it working. This one of 5 touchdown passes for the game. The Packers get win number 4 on the season. They come away with the victory. Last but not least, let's go to Baltimore. The Ravens taking on the Jets. And here comes Derrick Henry. He'll take it all the way, 26 yards, it's a touchdown. The Ravens win their 2nd straight, and they do it in style. There you see the rest of the scores from Week 12 with Denver, the Chargers, Miami, and Washington all getting late season byes. In the game you're watching, both teams making a strong case in this one, a 2-point differential at the break, as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
The 26-yard line.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Eagles.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 53 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. They keep on Barkley on first down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd down. At the Cowboys' 42-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
At the 8-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll run here with Dillon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Dillon, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
The Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone as that pushes the lead up to 6. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the 2nd half. A little juke. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
They'll air one out deep for Mingo. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
Hurts. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Eagles.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A first down carry for Barkley. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
42-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. A handoff to Barkley. And always sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
More muscle up front for this second and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Up the middle they run. Here's Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 9. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
A gain of 5 brings up
Now Dak. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost get. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. That is caught. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It's a gain of 11.
Now Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Nakobe Dean in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. To throw, Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nakobe Dean in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. And that should do it. He's got a 1st down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Again, it's Barkley. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2.
They'll look to throw here. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's 2nd and 10. Prescott down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. One last shot now for Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Well, somebody lit a fire under that defense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the Eagles, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.